Alright, we're back for another High Tide Imbibe. And here we have one from North Brewing from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Or are they Dartmouth? I can't remember. Let's look here. North Brewing, Dartmouth. Yeah, okay. It's pretty much the same thing. It's the greater HRM or whatever the fuck. Malternate Reality, New England IPA from North Brewing, who usually, well, when they started out anyway, they were pretty much just doing like interpretations of Belgian styles, but they've been sort of branching out in the last few years, sort of doing more trendy stuff. 6.3% alcohol by volume, ingredients, water, malted barley, wheat, spelt, oats, hops, and yeast. So they're, trying to thicken this up, trying to get it cloudy, trying to fit that sort of, dare I say, classic, quotation marks around that, New England IPA style. So here we go. Look at this sucker. So very cloudy, kind of a cloudy orange juice, a little bit darker, a little less yellow, more orangey. A little bit of head there. Probably the wrong glass for any sort of impressive head to show you there, but, But yeah, you can't really see through it, and it's thick right through. Now we'll go to the aroma. So you get a bit of a grainy malt thing there, just with like the oats and the spelt and the wheat and stuff like that. That really does sort of shine through. But then you get this sort of kind of bit of pineapple, maybe. More on the, but there's more of like a grapefruit, apricot kind of thing. It's very, like, I wouldn't say it's like a super sweet apricot or anything like that, but there's a little hint of that, and there's a bit of grapefruit in there. It mixes, it's pretty juicy. Smells pretty much like grapefruit juice with, like, one of those, sort of mixed sort of fruit juices that you get from like an ocean spray or something like that, right? Where it's like a couple different kinds of fruits or berries or whatever all mixed into one. It's kind of what this is. It's kind of a, or actually probably a better example would be like the Sunripe juices you can buy. They tend to go more towards this sort of stuff, more toward like tropical kind of flavors and stuff like that. So you get like a grapefruit, mango thingy, coconut thingy, pineapple thingy, whatever. But yeah, it's kind of grapefruit, pineapple, little bit of hint of apricot. Smells good. And of course, like I said again, you get a lot of the sort of grain bill in the actual aroma too, just kind of a mustiness. And we'll go over to the taste. Cheers. It's been a while since I've had this. Frankly, because usually on my local NSLC, the cans are not that fresh. Like, they just don't sell a lot. So, like, I'll come back in a couple months' time and, I feel like a Malternate Reality today. And I'll look at the can and it'll be like 5 months old. And I'll be like, fuck this. But this is from March. And it is drinking very well. Very fresh. Good bitterness on this one. It's always had that. It does have that sort of juice bomb, haze bro bullshit quality to it. But this is really not a pretentious New England IPA. It's pretty much straight up what you kind of expect from the style. And yeah, it drinks kind of like juice, but it's got enough bitterness in there where you go, yeah, IPA, still drinking a beer. And having all that shit in the grain bill too kind of gives it more of a malty character to it. Like, I'd say the body on this is upper light to lower medium, somewhere in that range. So it's got a little bit of heft. It tastes like beer, but just a very flavorful beer. And I mean, the aroma notes I was giving pretty much translate right over to the taste. You get more of that sort of grapefruit. You get more of that sort of pineapple, a little bit of apricot kind of quality there. And it finishes with a dry, musty grain and bitterness. And a fairly good lingering bitterness at that. So it's pretty refreshing. And it just makes you want to drink another one. Or another sip. Another one after you finish the first one. Yeah, when you can get this fresh, this is a great beer. One of the better ones from North Brewing that I've had. Actually, it's probably the best I've actually had from North Brewing when I think about it. Not that I've had a lot of their stuff. And style-wise, I am going to throw a 9 at it. And for my own personal enjoyment, I am going to throw an 8.5. This is one of the few of these sort of Haze-Bro juice bomby thingies that I can actually get behind because it's got enough bitterness to, back up something, balance out the sort of juicy, sweety bullshit stuff that a lot of these beers have. And it's still got like that grain bill. It's still got that maltiness. It still is beer, recognizably beer, to whatever my narrow interpretation of what beer should be, I guess. Because that's my problem, not other people's. If they like the more juicy, less bitter versions of this sort of style, then, more power to you or whatever, but that ain't, that just doesn't work for me, brother. And, but this really does work for me. So 9 for style, personal preference 8.5, Malternate reality is good stuff if you can find it, especially if you find it fresh. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we will be back when we are back. Bye-bye.